Finishing up the last field of soybeans. Putting on some end rows. Planting green. Cow's been out of this field for several weeks now. They didn't get a lot of consumption off this field right here. Wheat's got some seed heads on it. This was in corn last year for cash crop. Going into soybeans this year. That field over there got grazed a good bit better. Dad's group of cows was in that field, and my group was over on this side. A nice sunset. My group was on this side and in the woods, and then there's a pond behind the woods, and then there's another 50-acre crop field on the other side of that woods that my cows were in. So they had a decent bit to chow down on too. Ground's got plenty of moisture in it. Running the road cleaners to swipe some of the corn stalks that are left away. Cows were in these fields to graze the corn stalks, so there's not that much left compared to them fields we were planting up in Timberville. I guess we'll make this turn here. This is a rented farm. They just built that house a couple years ago. Used to crop farm this whole field, but landlord put a house in here. So now we gotta farm around it. It's part of it. Oh, nice ditch. After this year, we might end up putting these fields in pasture just because of how goofed up the fields are now with the driveway and such. There's a couple steep spots and the low spots where there's some ditches, and probably make for better pasture ground. So we'll see. We will see. It's good dirt for row crops, but we don't like farming these little patches. Your planter seems to be up in the air more than it's in the ground. A bunny rabbit following my marker. Boy, you better get out of here. You're gonna get run over. There he goes. Might be done with this little patch over here by the time we get the end rows on. Usually put 4 end row passes on. It's a 12 row planter, so in corn it's 48 rows, and got an 8 row corn head, so it matches up, gives you plenty of space to get turned around in the end rows. And then beans, that's 4 passes, or 30 feet, 120 feet roughly. Hey! Fine, don't wave. Not much dust rolling. It's because we're holding it. Ground is pretty wet. It's got plenty of moisture, but it's not wet enough that you can't plant it. But like I say, not much dust rolling. It means we're holding our topsoil. It's not blowing around. The tractor's clean too, for the most part. Them boys that are tilling, they got dust all over their tractors and planter. Some of them you can hardly see when they're planting, going fast, 10 mile an hour, them high-speed planters, you can hardly see their planter. Dust is rolling in behind them. Everybody's different. But that's topsoil blown away. Might not look like much, but it's something. That's why we plant cover crops, to hold the ground. Plus, if you can get your cattle out there, graze them. Let's square that end row off. I don't like making too tight of turns if I don't have to. Oops, wrong button. Press the up shift instead of putting the planter down. Yep, all the corn's been in for a couple weeks now. Got the beans in. This is the last field of early soybeans. Oh, there's that ditch again. Last field of early soybeans, and then we'll be done after this until the wheat comes off, probably end of June, July. And we'll be putting double crop soybeans in those fields. Getting good rain lately. We were kind of dry back there in April, but here in May we've gotten plenty of moisture. Get these crops up out of the ground and keep the pastures growing. Can't complain one bit. Somebody had a skipper planting cover crop. It wasn't me. That'll be alright. We'll get her filled in now. So 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th end row. Like I say, we're about got this little patch knocked out by the time we get our end rows on. Tractor and planter have done good so far. Haven't had any major issues. Just a couple little things here and there. Haven't had any downtime. That field over there was put in corn. It's already sprayed. Cows were in that field grazing it before it got sprayed. Actually planted that field with them in it. Had a video of it there a while back. Anybody got any tips on how to not use Roundup when you graze your cover crops and plant your cash crop? I haven't quite figured that out yet, how to kill your cover crop that's being grazed, because it's going to want to grow back when it's grazed. And anybody out there know how to take care of that cover crop without using Roundup, and then letting your cash crop grow up once it's planted? I know you can roller crimp and kill rye and maybe a couple other cover crops when they're pollinating, and you roller crimp them. It'll kill it and lay it flat on the ground, and then you can plant before or after, and cover crop will be killed laying on the ground, make for a nice mat to suppress the weeds, and then your cash crop will come up through it. And that's how you can get away from using Roundup. I'm not sure about vetch, if that'll kill it by rolling it. Anybody that's done that, feel free to comment. I watched some boy on YouTube that was using organic, doing some organic crops, and they got a 60-foot roller. It's pretty interesting. I think his name was Farming with Carp, his channel. But he hasn't posted any videos lately. So I'd like to get some more info from someone that's doing it here lately. Just go back and forth now. I'm not sure about wheat as far as killing it when it's pollinating and rolling it, if that'll kill it or not. I would think it would if it's like rye, but I'm not sure yet. Like I say, when you graze your cover crops, they're going to want to grow back once they're grazed and go to seed. And if there was a way to, I don't know if there's a way to not use Roundup or not to kill your cover crop, because we don't take our cover crops off, you know, we don't cut them or bale it and take it off. We just graze it if we can, or plant through it, plant it green. So we've just been using Roundup to get rid of it, kill it. don't need the marker anymore. Yep, just about done with this field. As you can see, the 2 marks that are left. Gonna take her back to the barn and go get some dinner. Barn's right over there. Ain't got far to go. Got wheat all around it. Come out. There you go. About 80 acres of wheat around it. And I got 40 or so of my own elsewhere. But yep, gonna get on out of here.